Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, I'm fixing this. So this has been an issue since I first got the scooter. I noticed it on day one. I thought maybe I was a little too excited when I was putting it together and I didn't tighten something down, or kind of just wrote it off to that. But after a while I noticed that it wasn't going away, and no matter how much I tightened it, whatever the case was, like you can see here, I pretty much tightened it as tight as I could, and it didn't really seem to fix the issue. I'll show you here in a moment that even after I tighten it down, still you're getting some pretty harsh creaks, and it sucks because this thing's electric, so it's quiet, but then when you're coming up on the trail or whatever, you're making all this racket with the neck creaking or whatever. So now what I'm gonna do is make a little spacer, essentially, because I think that's what the issue is. There's too much wiggle room there, and so I found what I think is where it's coming from. I've seen on some other scooters like the Xiaomi and whatever, they have like a molded plastic piece or rubber that kind of goes in this area, because this is a known issue with some of the scooters, and so I kind of knew where to start because of that. But there isn't a piece for the scooter that's been custom made, so I basically just had to kind of come up with something. So what I'm using is, I believe it's like a garden stake. It's like for naming like tomatoes or basil or whatever the plant is, and so they're really cheap, but it's very thin plastic, and so I'm just cutting it down from a template I made from just a half circle essentially, and then copying it and cutting that out again. So now I'm just placing both of them into the spot there, and I'm just going to slide it up temporarily. Yeah, eventually I'll fasten them down if this does end up working. And now the last thing to do is just tighten everything up. I'm going to get this on here as tight as I possibly can. So I'm going to alternate by tightening each one, because I found that works the best. It allows you to get the most clamp on each one. So just alternating, like I said, tightening it down to make sure I can get it as solid as possible to see if this is going to fix the issue. Alright, so that's all finished up. You can see, you can't even see the spacers at all. So it turned out perfect. Eventually, if this does work, I'm going to fasten them down, but here we go. So as you can see, that totally worked. I will say, after I wrote it, it is kind of a temporary fix. It's not necessarily 100% perfect, but it definitely resolves the issue for what it was. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like this video, and if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do that, and we'll see you guys next time.